What's the haps? I'm Meroka and welcome to the Advent of Indies for December 11th. Today's developer is Moacube, and this marks the third day in a row that I've got a game that I can't practically play. The freebie for today is the soundtrack to Cinders, and the full title is, well, Cinders. And if memory serves, I do believe Cinders was the title that Moacube put into the Advent of Indies in 2012, which is kind of interesting in its own right. I don't own Cinders, and Cinders is once again slightly out of the price range afforded a 15-minute video. I'm not really going to drop £15 on a 15-minute video. It is a little bit cheaper, I did notice on the Humble store, but still, no, I'm not going to do that. What I am going to do is play the demo of it. Hopefully the demo will last me at least 15 minutes, so we shall get a taste of the game through that, if nothing else. So we are going to click New Game, and we are going to start the timer. Now, Cinders is based on, I believe, Cinderella, and I think it's a visual novel with some twist kind of thing going on. I don't know. I still can't believe I've been delaying this for so long. It makes me wonder. I may have to do some voice acting, I guess, so okay. If I decided to act earlier, maybe things wouldn't be so broken between us. Maybe with just a little effort, this family wouldn't fall apart like this. But I suppose it was easy to complain and do nothing rather than try to change things, isn't it always? Tonight, it's different. This is the night of change, the night when my plans finally take effect. I can hear my stepsisters talking in soft voices in the hall. I imagine they too won't get any sleep tonight. During the last few days, I've learned so much more about them, but can it erase all the years they tormented and humiliated me? Playing Cinders is a little bit like reading a book. Yes, I'd kind of established that much. However, you're often presented with a choice on what to say, think, or do. Your decisions will shape the story ahead. In that regard, that sounds very similar to a lot of the Telltale stuff, actually. Stuff like The Wolf Among Us. I actually haven't played any of the Telltale stuff, so I'm not really sure, but it does sound like... Telltale's only very recently started doing that, haven't they? And obviously, as I say, this was in the Advent of Indies a couple of years ago, so this is almost like Telltale before Telltale got there? Did they predate Telltale on doing the Telltale format? Interesting. Okay. I don't know what to think about it. And we have choices. People deserve a second chance, or should get what they deserve. People deserve a second chance. We'll find the better in the ugly stepsisters, I guess. You can't erase the past, that's for sure. But I know that sometimes we don't choose our fates. Where circumstances different, my stepsisters could be good people. We could be friends. Whatever happens, I hope they won't come into harm. They deserve another chance. Meanwhile, in the hallway... I still can't believe she did it. I would never have suspected. Of course, because everyone is dim-witted as you are, never does anything out of the ordinary or unexpected. Oh yes, I'm sure you're able to foresee what would happen. Did you see it in the tea leaves or reading a children's book one afternoon while avoiding work and being useless as usual? I did entertain the thought that she might do something like this, if you must know, but believe what you want, I don't care. I also suspected she might try to do something. She was so secretive and compliant at times that an explosion seemed inevitable. I just didn't expect that she had it in her. Gloria, please, sometimes you sound like a cliché villain from a bad romance novel. Of course, if something isn't twisted, weird, or shocking, then you won't consider it. Not everyone is like you, Sophia. I know not everyone is. You're not, though you try your best to be like Mother, always responding the same way regardless of the situation. Predictable, boring, stupid. But you are not Carmoza, remember? You do not lead, you mindlessly follow, and it shows. Shut up, you! Open up in the name of the prince! It's him! Why did he have to come, and in the middle of the night? Well, the wonders never cease. I guess this night of change is not over yet, just as your ridiculous cliché impersonations aren't done yet either. There's no time for this now, though I'm sure Mother will deal with you later. I'll go summon her. You do that. Open up! I won't repeat myself. Mother! Sophia, don't stand like that. Open the door. Let this noisy man in. Yes, Mother. Ah, Captain, what brings you here at this time of night? Spare me these false pleasantries. You know why I'm here. Where is she? Very well, Sophia. Get Cinders here right away. Yes, Mother. Be quick about it, child. Captain... Oh, sorry. Sorry, that's her. No, she probably doesn't have the captain's voice. I also fear my voice feels slightly raspy. It always is at this time of night, so this is really bad. It's bad that I'm doing videos on a daily basis at 11 PM each night, because I don't feel like my voice is really at the top of its game at 11 PM at night. Plus I kind of got a sore throat. So my voice acting is probably not at its finest at this moment, so this is a really bad video, and I apologise for that. A very bad choice of video. I apologise for it, but I ain't got much choice over it, so... That's a little contradictory. It's a bad choice, but I don't have any choice. Eh. Captain, would you fancy some wine while we wait for my lazy stepdaughter? Don't push it, you know this is not a courtesy visit. I'm afraid a lot is going to change here tonight. Dun dun dun! He's right, nothing will ever be the same. Nothing. I must admit, I'm afraid of it too. Some independent woman I am. Cinders, Mother has summoned you. Move, you know she doesn't like to wait. Fine, fine, I'm moving, just give me a moment. Make sure it's quick. Cinders, can I ask you something? Yes, Sophia? This whole situation, what happened this evening, and the guard bashing at our door and all, it's because of you, right? You planned it. Oh, I'm messing the voices up because I'm doing like 3 voices that are almost identical. I really should give everyone dramatically different voices just to accentuate. I don't. It's because of you, right? You planned it. How should I reply? I will lie to her. No, why is it when anything happens you always go blaming me? Oh please, you and Gloria love to treat me as if I was stupid. But I'm not, far from it actually, and I'm definitely not blind. I know you've been planning it since that morning 7 days ago. Flashback! 7 days earlier. What a beautiful morning. The last few days were all rain and gloom, but today is different. Today is summer in its fullest. You can press escape or right click to open in the in-game menu or save or quit anytime. Great, thank you. Why do I need to know that here and now, but okay. So nice to see the sun again. It's getting up pretty cold in this room of mine. Although I don't feel so frisky right now, I could use more beauty sleep. I shouldn't have burned the midnight oil over a book last night. And a silly book too. Some adolescent girl, pretty and numb as a freshly cut flower, shows divine humility and courage while suffering oppression from an abusive family. Who writes these things? Do they really want young women to develop this martyr-like attitude? Funny though, if it's really that bad and makes me so angry, why did I read it in the first place? Seems vaguely self-referential. I'm intrigued into how this kind of ties into the actual thing, I will admit. This is through and through visual novel territory, to be honest, and interesting to see an actual genuine Western visual novel because, you know, it's a market that is like 99% anime stuff. Seeing something that just isn't is like, this is kind of rare. It's interesting to see someone else has gone, hey, we like this format, let's do something with it. But yeah, not some weird anime thing or something very, very silly anime thing. This is actually a fairly serious take on it. Although so far decisions have just been pick an answer, which does fall into standard visual novel format. It sounded like it might have been closer to the Telltale format than I'm finding so far. It is so far so visual novel, but okay. Maybe something that really echoes a part of my own experience. I don't know, and I'm not going to spend the morning wondering about it. Of course, it isn't as if I'll get to enjoy the day either. Lady Carmosa will certainly make sure that I have to do the worst chores. The old hag could use any of her servants, but no, she always sends me. I get the feeling she simply wants to humiliate me. If only Father was still here. On a day like this, he would surely take me to the forest. We always went to the lake, the magical lake as he called it, and left a loaf of bread under the old tree. Gotta pay tribute to the fairies, you never know when you may need their help. Good old man, he used to tell me stories about the little folk, even when I was far too old to believe them anymore. I missed him so much. But enough daydreaming. Honestly, I talk to myself way too often these days. Hey, I know all about that. I do a lot of that. It's only a moment before I start considering mice and sparrows my only friends, and we will go frolicking and singing together. What a sight that would be. Luckily, I know better than that. I may get lonely sometimes, but I'm not empty-headed. Time to get up, Cinders. The day has only just started. And you never know what the future may bring. Cinders! Is this a hello, meet the character kind of moment? I think it is. What was going on with her mouth there? She was just like pulling kissy faces. I don't know if that was supposed to be sort of animating her speaking, but that was slightly freaky. It was a bit weird. I am liking the style of this. It's a very pretty game, actually. It's quite nice. I still, you know, mouth notwithstanding, that mouth was a bit freaky. I still have some time before my sisters wake up. I could start my cleaning duties to have more time later, or I could try to finish that book I was reading last night. Or I could seize this opportunity to do sweet nothing. Ha! If you miss something important, you can always rewind the game using the mouse wheel or the up arrow. That's very visual novel. You can't rewind past decisions or through other important moments, though. Yeah, that's fair enough. It's not like I have time for myself very often. What should I do? Well... You said you hated the book. Why would I want to continue reading the book when you're whinging about how awful you thought the book was earlier? I'm gonna laze around. Let's do that. Trophy unlocked. Since my father's death, Carmosa and her daughters treat me as their servant. Cinders do the cleaning. Cinders go to town. Cinders, why isn't my dress washed yet? Oh, I hate it so much. I'm sure today won't be any different. But not yet. I still have some time. The sun is shining and the morning air is so fresh. Sometimes it's great just to sit down and enjoy the day. I wonder if Carmosa and my sisters can still do it. Just sit down and relax. Let your mind wander freely and worry about nothing. Ha, I don't think so. I bet they're too stuck up for that. They're always busy trying to prove or gain something. She's not even taking the time to relax herself. She's just spending the entire morning bitching about other people. Also, I've just noticed the character, Cinders here, is very slightly animated. Not in any notable way, but just subtly. I'm not sure if there's anything else. Definitely the eyes was what caught my attention. She's just kind of slowly looking around the room, which is interesting. Again, it's not the sort of thing you tend to get too often. You don't often get animated characters. It's usually just a static portrait. I mean, it's not a big deal, but it's just a little touch that makes it quite nice. And then you've got obviously the backgrounds are fairly well animated as well. It's rather pleasant. They're always busy trying to prove or gain something, never really taking the time to enjoy the fruits of their labour. My life may not be a fairy tale lately, but it's good to know that I have something they can't take away. The morning air is so soothing. I think I'll take a nap. Cinders, are you there? I have no idea. The problem with the mystery characters, I have no idea what voice to do for them, because I don't know who they are. That surely didn't last too long. Oh, it's her. Cinders, where are you? You're so hopeless. Stop lazing around and move. Mother wishes to see you immediately. She wishes to see me? Did she tell you what she wants? No, of course not. Why would she? Why would I want to ask in the first place? She looked rather angry, though. That doesn't sound good. I hope I'm not in some kind of trouble again. You really could have asked her, you know. I think you mistook me for one of those gentle, well-mannered, noble girls who care about others. Sorry to break it to you, but I don't. If you're in trouble, that means I get a free pass today, so I'm rooting for it with all my heart, sis. Sophia! We've already met all these characters, but okay. My, aren't you one charming human being? Thank you, now hurry up and let's go already. Oh, shut up. I used to play in this hall as a child, but this building isn't much of a home anymore. Ever since my father passed away, it feels like this place is just an empty shell. Carmosa does her best to keep the residence in its former splendour, and I guess most would be fooled by it. But for me, this place feels like it is fading away. Oh, so you didn't get lost after all. Ah, it's Gloria. I was starting to think you couldn't find your way. But it seems you're just taking up precious time with no regard for the rest of us. You're as hopelessly irresponsible as that sister of mine. No wonder that mother can't count on anyone other than me in this house. Gloria! Don't tell me you are caught up daydreaming about some prince coming to save you. Well, actually... Well, being rescued by a prince doesn't sound too bad. Haha, is that so? You're still such a child, Cinders. Dreaming about nonsense like that, no wonder you're so useless in the real world. Just so you know, the real prince is much too busy keeping the kingdom together to be bothered to notice anyone, especially someone as plain as you. Well, you know how much I hate to disturb your little daydreams, but Mother says she wants to speak with you. She says she has a special job for you. No, it's something rudimentary enough for you to handle. So you are sent here to fetch me, then. Mother entrusts me with important tasks. Don't mistake me for being on your level. You wait here, I'll let her know that you finally rolled out of bed. Are you not tired of this? Don't you ever get tired of all this? Tired? What are you babbling about? You try so hard to be like Carmosa, you dress like her, you speak like her, and yet she still treats you as little more than a servant. Oh, that cut her. Oh yeah, she's gone. That cut her deep. I can't believe it. Did I really just get her to shut up? I was expecting an insult at the very least. The room feels empty again. Even Gloria's presence is better than nothing. Truthfully, I feel bad for her. I may be the servant around here, but her situation isn't that different from mine. And we're at the 15-minute mark. So I'm afraid that's what you're going to get from me today. I can right-click to save my game. I might do. I'm quite tempted to see where this goes now, actually, because it's still only on the prologue, but hey. So, obviously, yeah, as I say, this is the Cinders demo, so you can, if you head over to the Advent of Indies website, there's a link to this, but if you go through to the MoaCube website, there is the link to the demo, so if you, again, want to just play through the entire demo, just to check out what the game's about, if this 15 minutes was not enough to whet your appetite, and you need the full demo to completely and totally whet your appetite, you can go pick that up there and give this one a playthrough. As I say, Cinders is obviously on sale on Steam for £15 or on Humble for £13 for reasons which elude me. Whatever, pricing, very strange. But nonetheless, that is your game for today. This is for the Advent of Indies for December 11th. So thank you very much for watching. This has been the demo for Cinders. I'll see you with more indies tomorrow.